Well, welcome to the next edition of the Dental Growth Partners podcast with Dr. Murray Pratt and myself, Leon Bartrop. And I thought we'd talk about this particular podcast about website. So it's something which gets overlooked a lot by a lot of practices we've found. It's sort of like, yeah, well, we'll get round to that, we'll do that. And I think it's probably one of the most important things. And then secondly, within that, what gets overlooked is, yeah, it looks lovely, but is it fast enough? How have you designed it? Does it work this way? All these sort of things, I think. Is it hosted in a normal place? All these things, I think, are really important. What do you think from a practice point of view?
Yes, I think websites, are really important. I think it's like a crucial kind of lead or sort of patient magnet essentially for the practice, because the better, most people will, if they've got a dental problem, go on to Google and start looking for, a solution. And if your practice is placing prominently, then the chance of them clicking on it, finding what they want, liking it, ending up sort of, looking at your practice as the one they want to go to is really high. So I think it's something that it's kind of like everyone actually like doesn't value it enough. Is actually
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
a bigger asset than people realize. And I think through my own experience of like working in dental practices, it's like massively overlooked by the owners. It's like they spend money on various other things that they think are going to get a result, but
Yeah.
a website is potentially one of your best things. And also there's a bit of a sort of dentists don't really understand necessarily. There's like basic websites, and there's like sort of programmers kind of built websites, and then
Yeah.
there's so many different layers, and it can, so if you do it, like it's quite easy to build your own website. Like I built my own website when we were sort of a squat practice, and that was a way of saving money. That you pay a couple £100, you can get a page builder. I did it on WordPress and Elemental, which
Yeah.
is kind of you put the information basically, but that's what it is. You're sort of building pages. You got to maybe use a little bit of a design that you're sort of looking of someone else, and you sort of build the pages, and that's fine. And like that did sort of gradually sort of rank on Google, because it sort of just sees you as a local business, and you've got some information that it can read, and it's kind of fine. But it's a totally different thing if you have it built from the bottom up with like an SEO sort of strategy from the
So
bottom,
important.
build all the pages. So for example, our website probably used to have about 20 pages. So you got the bit about the practice, the price list, the dentist, like the sort of treatments we do, and that's roughly what I got to with it. Whereas now the practice website has about 160 pages, which are all designed to kind of catch all the different things that people are interested in. And yeah, it's just, but that was built from a keywords search
Yeah.
basis. So it's like, what do people actually look for in a online in dentistry, and then build the practice to match that. And then that's how you kind of you build it totally differently. And the speed is also
Speed. I look at it slightly different than that. You've got to realise, if you're running Google ads and you're running meta ads and you're pushing people to your landing pages on the website, or you're pushing to specific pages on the website, you're wasting your money if one, it's not loading quick enough because your potential new patient or customer is going to click off. I do it myself. Something's not loading. Oh, I'll go and look at the competitors or something like that. So you're wasting your money. You're spending thousands and thousands every month on your ads, and your website isn't up to good.
yeah,
For £5,000, £10,000, getting a really good data-driven, keyword-driven, SEO-driven, actually programmed 90, I wouldn't say 90% of websites I see, not just for dentists but every industry, they use plugins.
yeah,
Anyone can design a website using plugins. You can learn it. I've learnt it myself. But it's not fast enough. And what people don't understand is, with these plugins that you put in, the more you put in, the slower it's going to get. And if you've got a plugin to say for bookings, or you've got a plugin for, you want a pop-up to come up on that, one, they slow it down, like I said. But two, if one doesn't get updated by the developers, or it does get updated by developers, and it's not compatible with all your other plugins, your actual website crash,
yeah,
and you have no idea, well, where is it, what's happening. So that's downtime.
yeah,
So it needs to, the way we've designed this one with our developers, and the way we've done it is, we've, rather than do it from a design and, all right, want it to look like this, want it to look like that, it's SEO driven every page for the area, your catchment area.
Yeah.
So then what happens is you design it all like that. So you get all your SEO, you get all that working with a Google in mind and Meta in mind. Then you design what it looks like.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done with our developers.
And people are like, so there's a sort of bit of a, like, I don't know, a bit of a narrative going on at the moment, like, oh well, all the pages not going to be that relevant because it's going to be AI search. But yeah, from what we understand, that's not going to be the case. The top websites, it's the only way to present that information, and then the AI search is going to start sort of basically putting your website in part of that sort of
I think
AI.
the way what's a bit of a misconception with Google AI as it is now is that if you're looking for growth, non-paying, organic, it's just not going to exist. You're not going to get those people coming in organically to your website unless it's tip top, unless it's loading fast, unless the pages are SEO'd. It's going to be, the future is the top three listings for whatever industry it is. But that's why Google ads, paid ads, are so vital. But then if you haven't got the website to back it up, and Google are going to go, well, yeah, we'll put this them down the line. We're not really interested in them. It's not, it's not being updated. It's not, it's not written the way Google want it written.
Yeah, because their sort of mission is to like present information to the public. That's like their sort of, and then obviously they monetize that by the businesses.
They're moving away. Their model is moving away from search to display.
Yeah.
So,
but they're still gonna. So if you're say if you're searching for a dental treatment, like, oh, I need a crown. What's a crown? You can ask what is a crown.
Yeah.
And then you get the AI sort of description of that. But then ultimately, as a sort of person needing it, you're still going to have to look at the local business to provide it.
Of course you are.
So your website's still going to be your kind of your sort of virtual sort of
definitely with the SEO and the speed. It's like, just say you're searching for practicing or Invisalign in where we are, Ashted.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that with plugins. You're not going to be front of center in Google with plugins.
Yeah.
You need to code that into the actual framework of the website, and that's what we do with the developers and things like that. It just needs to be where it would just be before. You could bang up a website and you'd rank somewhere, and if you had a few keywords and it was a little bit fast, but not as fast as it should be, and on the, dare I say, on the cheap, or not enough thought into it. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
You really, if you want to be tip top of your game with all the competition in dentistry in your area, it's one of the most important things which I see a lot of practices sort of bypass. As you said, they don't really think about it. It's an afterthought.
The thing is, like, principle that you have one made and then you kind of just, it's just there. So you just think like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
But actually,
it needs updating,
needs attention.
It?
Needs like, tech moves on. So if you haven't gone back to the sort of beginning of that and like, looking at it 5 years later, it probably isn't performing. And then a lot of, people have it made and maybe, with an agency who basically then sub it out to like a developer who basically just builds it with templates, plugins.
Yeah.
It sits there, they pay like a hosting fee and they kind of see it sort of turn up a little bit on Google and they think like that's good enough. But actually, that's better than doing it yourself.
Yeah.
But then the next level is working with like really good developers who actually gonna code it, and then it we can see now with the one we've got here at the practice, it's lightning fast. Like you click on it and it's got video, it's got everything. When normally you click on any sort of dental practice, it's like you click on a video and it's like
you got to make a cup of tea and come back, can't you?
And then you're like, like as a patient, it's like, well, you think, oh, it's good, we've got a good video on there, but if it's taking, it's creating like a negative.
Well, you just got to look how people interact with social media and everything now. It's very fast, it's very quick. The attention span comes down every few years. Google and Meta do like these surveys, and it's like 5 years ago it was 10 seconds, now it's down to 3 seconds. So in other words, if you're not giving that information of whatever prospective product you're trying to pull in for your clients, people are going to go elsewhere. They get bored. They've got 3 seconds. Oh, it's not loading. It's not. It's not right. I go, oh right, yeah. Next, your competitors loads quicker. It's got a better website, more information, updated, lovely pictures, things like that. That's why we have like
Ongoing.
content day. So we have with the websites we've built, it's like we have a content day.
Yeah.
So we're not relying on, oh yeah, we've got a few photographs of like
Yeah.
one of the associates doing this, and oh yeah, we'll get, you know, no testimonials, things like that. So important that you get the right content and media as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I think the sort of process is like update your branding. So like make sure your logos and all your like fonts and colours and everything are sort of like
Yeah.
carefully chosen.
Yeah.
Then you're going to sort of do some sort of content sort of collection. So like all the photos of the team, like having those all consistent.
Meet the team.
All those sort of things like does make a difference to how people perceive you. It's like if you've just got a mishmash of them in their sort of, you know, casual clothes, it's like, well, am I going to pay this person thousands of pounds?
Yeah.
Like it's just they can't judge like how good your dentistry is, but they can judge how good your profile picture is.
Yeah.
It's one of these things. So
Yeah,
like...
and it's something like with the social media and the website, it's something you should have on a monthly basis. So we have content for the website, for the social media on a monthly basis. We have a content, at least 1 or 2 content days every month, and also
and then we've got a retainer with the developers, so if they basically maintain it.
That's it. So you need that as well. It's not just forget about it. You need to maintain it,
and then they can do those updates. And
that's it. You may have a new you may have a new person join. You may have a new associate. You may produce, you know, provide a different
treatment. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's, and the other, so we sort of talked about the website, the SEO. The other thing that people sort of don't really understand is backlinks. Do you want to talk a bit about backlinks and sort of how you...
Yes, I mean, that's, again, it's changed over the years. You used to be able to just use things called grey backlinks. It's like you just link to other people's websites or bits and pieces and journals and all this sort of stuff, and you get, Google would like it that way. But now, you have to have quality backlinks.
Yeah.
So what we produce quality backlinks which are linked to industry verified, known websites. You know, they have to be quality backlinks.
Yeah. So it's like sort of if you get yourself like into magazines, newspapers, local sort of beauty sort of magazines or like online magazines, these sort of things, these are like really powerful. If you can be a dentist that can get out on the sort of lecture circuit and sort of be speaking about things that you offer and about your clinic, and then that gets registered onto the websites of the people hosting the conference or hosting those talks, that's like another way of getting quality backlinks, because Google doesn't know who you are. It could be anything. You could be doing carpentry or whatever, but all it can see is that this person is getting mentioned on other
trusted
other authority websites, and therefore they must be prominent, and then they sort of know that if they present you to the customer, that the customer's going to be happy, and that's what they ultimately get the reputation for, is that they get the right people in front of the searching public. And that's not going to go away with
it's even more
AI
really.
stuff. It's like it's only going to sort of actually potentially make them even sort of easier for them to work out who's who, possibly. But
and I think the way it's materialised now, even over the last year, is that all these different bits, your website's so important, your social media is so important, everything like that, your local advertising, your Meta ads, your Google ads, it's all part of one big ecosystem that helps push more patients, more conversions. And the website is I would say probably if not the most important, one of the most important. It is your face to the public, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think a lot of dentists like myself probably thinking like, because it's a bit old, well, relatively old, like 20 years old, that it's sort of like a forgotten aspect. But it's like
such an important aspect.
If I really want to be, popular, then I need to make myself famous on Instagram. But it's like, well, maybe not. Like maybe actually just presenting yourself really well locally, using your website, using your shop front.
Low hanging fruit, isn't it? Really,
it's maybe your easiest kind of win. And then it's also in terms of maintenance, like you kind of SEO package, they're kind of constantly updating that, making sure that's working. You get your sort of backlinks package, they're kind of basically working on that to make sure that that's getting updated, and that essentially that's although it'd be nice to sort of fit and forget, but actually because the tech ecosystem is sort of changing all the time, and obviously they want to reward people updating it. So they sort of create that industry of updates, and so if you're not really maintaining it in a sort of in a way that they want, then actually you will start to sort of see the performance drop off as well. So it does have to be maintained. But these it's often the biggest sort of conversion tool in the practice. You know, most patients will have a look at your website before they
Well, also
decide to book in.
You get like you had, I think yesterday, you get walk-ins. Oh yeah, I've seen the website. I've seen the social media. They haven't gone down one of the funnels. They've looked online. They've seen the ads, but they haven't replied to the ads and that. Local lady walks in. Okay, I want to book a TCO Invisalign appointment, please.
Yeah.
You know, it's the ecosystems all working, and as I say, one of the most important things is that face to the public is the website. It's fast, you know, it's updated, it's SEO friendly, it's got backlinks. It's not just forgotten about. You have a monthly sort of what we do, a monthly subscription or a monthly retainer with the developers, so you can add people in because people are coming and going, and you may offer different services and things like that. It's
maybe going back a step, but also the complexity's got more because you've got the landscape on a PC, and then everything on the phone is portrait.
It's got to be mobile.
So people like
friendly.
myself who kind of built the website themselves, it's like it's quite a lot of technicality in that. So when we work with developers, they're constantly sort of, that picture needs adjusting on you know the different page because it's landscape here, portrait there. It's got to look good on, but to the customer, they don't really. If it doesn't load, it just doesn't load. They don't like hang around. But
They don't hang around. Yeah.
But essentially, everything has to work on phone as well as it works on PC and vice versa.
And with your videos, your testimonials, and your questions, and you know, it's all part of that ecosystem. It's something which we can provide to other practices as well. So if you have any questions or you have any, you want to know more about how we do the websites and the ecosystem around it, advice on that, put a message down, contact us, and we'd be more than helpful to help you or give you some advice on it at least anyway.
No.
So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we look forward to speaking and seeing you on the next podcast.